Well, it is a question many ladies ask during pregnancy. Can I have a glass of wine or one small beer? Well, some research has said yes, while other reports say no. And just this week, the American Academy of Pediatrics has put out a message that's very clear. Don't do it ever at all, not even a tiny little bit. And Dr. Bruce joins us this afternoon with more. Should we be concerned? And what if we've had a drink during our pregnancy? Dr. Bruce.
This is a good point they're making,
yes,
but it can scare you to death. If you're a woman who happened to be drinking the night of conception, or drank early in the pregnancy and you didn't know you were pregnant, that really isn't what we're trying to hit. It's the woman who drinks a glass of wine every night thinking that's okay. It's the longevity of the drinking, not just a drink.
And several years ago, having a glass of wine was okay, or so we thought.
We thought, and I think what they're saying is it probably never winds up with one glass of wine, and or does it stop. Right. You might do it 3 times in the week, and that is enough to start to have fetal alcohol. I do all the exams for the state for fetal alcohol children being adopted through the state, and I would say 95% or more are alcoholic mothers. We're not talking about just a routine social drinker, but what the Academy is saying is, why risk it if we don't know the lowest limit?
Right.
But they're not saying, gee, I had a drink, I was 4 weeks pregnant, didn't know I was pregnant, did I ruin my child? No, I don't think that that data is at all conclusive. It appears, had you been drinking for 8 weeks in a row, yes. And that's a different issue. And what is the lower limit? They cut off at 1 drink a day. Nobody's going to drink a half a drink. So,
sure.
I mean, the point is, the second...
no one's really going to measure out 4 ounces versus 6 ounces.
No, or I had a glass of wine, you know,
right.
in a beer mug.
Sure.
But I think the bottom line simply is, this is a warning to say there probably isn't a safe limit, but don't punish yourself if by mistake you had a drink.
Right.
Or if by chance you got pregnant after a party or something happened along that line, because the data is very clear. The first 14 days of pregnancy, you're probably safe.
Right.
The egg is not in the uterus,
right.
So there's no blood supply from mom, and so the egg would not be getting the alcohol. So for the first 14 days, you're probably safe. And so I just don't want this to go out and start scaring people to think they have fetal alcohol syndrome. The majority of mothers who have children with problems are alcoholics. They are heavy drinkers, and a lot of women are also meth users, and they drink to go to sleep and those kinds of things. So that's more clear-cut.
And talk to me a little bit about what are the effects. Say, for example, a mother drinks excessively during pregnancy. What kind of damage is she doing to her baby?
Fetal alcohol syndrome is one of the most unbelievably sad syndromes I work with, because they are usually bright, but they have no frontal lobe, so they can't process social issues. They can look at you and say, you know, I shouldn't be lighting this match. And they're lighting the match while they're talking to you.
Okay.
No thought. I call it the cat syndrome. They'll go in a closet if you're a cat, and then get scared, scream and yell, come out, the cat looks in the closet, goes back in.
Okay.
That's what these kids do. So being a parent of a child with fetal alcohol is like being a parent of a whirlwind who doesn't understand the consequences.
Okay.
I want to do it, then it's okay. And they are very easily used. So go steal that car, and then I'll be your friend. Okay. No thoughts. And so it's impulsivity. They need continuous constraint and rules and all. With good parenting, they can do well, but they have to be in a situation where they know the rules and don't understand the consequences as much as you don't break the rules.
All right. So to prevent that from happening, we're saying don't drink.
Don't
Just
drink.
Stay away from it.
But don't turn yourself into a mess because you had 1 drink and you turn out to be pregnant. We're talking about 1 drink a night. When you're pregnant, don't.
All right. Dr. Bruce, thanks so much for being with us today. We appreciate